Hi, this is take 3. I just talked for 20 minutes and it wasn't recording. Yay! So I pulled 2 cards. First card I pulled was from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. Get it in focus. Not gonna do it. This is just my sight. I hope you saw that. Anyway, I pulled number 4, Caterpillar Opportunity. So, okay, maybe I can like condense this down since this is the 4th time I'll be saying this stuff. This I initially was getting the willies from because I just felt like it's dishonest. I'm creeped out by the eyes, definitely. And they remind me of, if you've ever seen Batman the animated series, the Joker started out with like a white face and like regular eyes, and then a new artist came along, I guess, and the eyes started looking like this. And I mean, the Joker is like a bad guy, but he's not like a demon. Like, that's scary looking. And look at the vertical slit, actual cat eyes in the middle there, the green irises. That cat looks like well, like it's got an agenda. But what I was thinking before was that it's looking all comfortable in its puffy eye caterpillar sleep sack that's the same color as a Snuggie, if you remember those sleeved couch lap throws with a hood that were made out of something. Oh my god, those things are the same color as pink fiberglass. They were obviously not fiberglass, but they're not, the fabric is not that comfortable. It's very close to that fiberglass feel, which is not great. So that's another strike against that sleep sack thing. But it's supposed to be a cocoon, I suppose. But if you look at the neck up here, it just looks like it's wearing it, or it's got it wrapped around it, or it's in a sleeping bag. So, oh my gosh, I never even thought before, what must the cat's body look like? I don't know, maybe the eyes are the only creepy part, because I noticed 2 key things. Is this the side? One of them is that the cat's ear is pierced, and the only place I've seen that was, I don't know how I saw this. I have to have seen it somehow, somewhere, but Egyptian cats from ancient Egypt, like that was something they did, was adorn them with jewels and things, and it was no big deal. Like, it's no big deal for us or babies. We just get used to it. And I guess I have a fetish about this. But it's the doggy and kitty fingies holding, that kitty's holding that mouthpiece for the hookah, but those fingers are so cute. Okay, got that out of the way. But she's smoking what seems to be a, I don't know why, I was just informed that it's a mild intoxicant. Just something to get them in the door and sat down, and before you know it, they're locked in that sleeping bag, and this cat has moved on. So, I mean, that's kind of the ruse thing that I was getting about it. But I'm just going to jump ahead to where I was when I finished, when I was talking about this before, which was that I was like taking it all personal and getting all like offended at this cat figure, but I think it's a metaphor actually for us just getting so rooted in our creature comforts that we kind of by hook or by crook are going to do whatever we want to do and have lost any sort of compassion for everyone else. It's a very capitalist mindset, and we definitely have that. So I'm going to read the book a 3rd time. In the book, actually I'm not going to read the whole thing because there was just a couple of things that I read in it, this particular reading, that I feel like pertain. So one of them was, the new cannot emerge from the old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. Experiment and surprise yourself with what arises for you in this moment. So we're meant to make changes. We're meant to dislodge ourselves from our comfort zone because that provides contrast. And if everything's just smooth and easy sailing day in and day out, then that's monotony, and that gets tedious, and that is not a growth medium. You're not going to adapt and evolve in stagnancy. And then the second card I pulled was from Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, and I pulled the elk. And so the elk, to me, it is a masculine figure. Obviously it's got the antlers, but it's the father figure and the protector of home. And even though you were raised there and you may have, left the nest or the den or whatever the deer live in, whatever their little home habitat is called, it's like the reliability of, you can count on me, you can count on, a home to come back to where people are going to care about you and, take care of you, support your needs. But it's not a place where you can stay once you've left. Like, you have become independent and you have to find your way. And you're always changing and coming up against situations that, you have to make choices. So you're going this way or that, and you're just constantly in motion. And so, like, in a way, because you can be doing all of that, but you're doing the same thing every day, and that it's that stagnancy. You got to get out of it. And then if you have allowed yourself to become stagnant, you've disregarded all kinds of hints and prompts and advice from the universe trying to nudge you along your path that's been predetermined. And so if you get rutted and stuck in something, and I guess like the Joker in the show, the Batman TAS, I suppose that he could have gone from just like regular Joker with regular face and just started to go down like a bad path, and that's how his eyes that's what his eyes turned into, like a reflection of that darkness that they're constantly in and looking at, and they're trying to make it look all nice and happy and comfortable, and oh, look, it's springtime, all this beautiful growth everywhere, but there's all this smoke and you can't really see through it. Like, what are you obscuring exactly? There's the cat is a metaphor, but man, this cat is, something's not right with this thing. And so we got to get out of our rut and help move along the evolution by evolving ourselves, and then operate somewhere in between independence that's just about harmful and dependence on home and family and nostalgia. And I think we're somewhere in the middle, and we have to kind of maintain that space, and we have a lot of room to work in, but we got a lot to work on. So I think that's about it. That's what I have to say about those things. We're comfortable, and when I say rutted, it's like we don't want things to change, and that would create that situation I was talking about, that if we don't dislodge ourselves from our stagnancy, then the universe is going to take stronger and stronger measures. And when that happens, if the universe can lose patience. I heard a teaching, and it was a channel being, and they were saying that everyone gets 3 chances, which is interesting, that 3 strikes law. And here it is, the universe, the angelic realm, talking about you get 3 chances. Okay, well, sometimes fairy tales reflect reality. But if you squander your chances, you may cause bigger and bigger the messages are trying to come to you bigger and louder, and the more you ignore them, the more they compound, and then it becomes something that other people get dragged into. Like, either they are just victims, and your unwillingness to change has caused enough resistance that it creates like a weather issue, like a flood or a hurricane or wildfire, earthquake, like some kind of natural disaster where the universe is saying, if you're not going to change, then I'm going to change you for you, and like bring a hurricane down on your life and the whole everything, all of the comfort that you've been hiding in and neglecting your promised activities from your soul contract. You know, if you're deviating from what you've pledged to do, you're going to run into problems. And if you continually ignore and evade your responsibility, and that's going to get bigger and bigger to get your attention, but it's also, the bigger and bigger it gets, it's going to get on other people, and we don't want that. So ideally, I think we need to find someplace in the middle and everybody operate together. And when there's a big mass of people working in the center, the fringe elements, I mean, you can go ahead and be fringe, but we want to move along, so we're just going to take your fringy butt in our rolling snowball of grabbing up everybody, regardless of resistance or not, because the snowball is bigger, has more momentum, and it knows what we're supposed to be doing, and it is the universe, essentially. Like, you guys are messing around, some of you, and you're causing everybody else to be, you know, you're a drag. And that is not flow. Drag is not flow. Literally. Thank you, and good night.